Pastoralists in the modern world. Hello students, today we will study about lives of pastoralists in the modern world. We have all seen them wandering around with their flocks. Today we will shed more light on few tribes and their daily lives and struggles. Gujjar Bakadwals. Gujjar Bakadwals is one of popular tribes of the mountains of Jammu and Kashmir. They herd goat and sheep. They migrated to this region in the 19th century and established their lives here. They move between their winter and summer grazing grounds every year. Since during winter, the high mountains are covered with snow, they move to the low hills of the Shivalik. By the end of April, they begin their march towards higher mountains. Gaddi. The Gaddi Shepherds tribe lives in Himachal Pradesh. They also spend winter in the low hills of the Shivalik. By April, they move towards north to spend summers in Lahore and Spiti. Gujjar. The Gujjar cattle herders live in Garhwal and Kumaon. During winter, they come down to the dry forests of the Bhabar. During summer, they go up to the high meadows, the Bagyals. Many of them migrated from Jammu to the hills of UP in the 19th century. Bhotias, Sherpas and Kinauris are some other pastoral communities of the Himalayas which also follow the cyclical movement between summer and winter pastures. Dhangars. Not all pastoralists live in mountains. Few tribes have made a living for themselves in Plateau and have participated actively in gathering along with farming and trading. Some examples of such tribes are Dhangars. They were important pastoral community of Maharashtra. Their population was estimated to be 467,000 during the early 20th century. Most of them were shepherds, but some were blanket weavers and some others were buffalo herders. During monsoon, the Dhangars would stay in the central plateau of Maharashtra. Apart from herding their animals, they also used to grow bajra. By October, they used to harvest their bajra and start their march to west to reach Konkan. They were welcomed there by the Konkani peasants. Since Dhangar flocks fed on the stubble and manured the fields with their dung. They also took rice from the Konkani farmers and took the rice to the plateau where grain was scarce. Some other famous tribes are Golas. They lived in the plateaus of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. They were cattle herders. Kurumas and Kurubas. The Kurumas and Kurubas also lived in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. They reared sheep and goats and sold blankets. They used to live near the forest and cultivated on small patches of land. They were also engaged in petty trades. Commonly, for the pastoralists of the Central Plateau, it was the alteration of monsoon and dry season which governed their seasonal migration. They used to move to the coastal areas during dry seasons and go back to the Central Plateaus during monsoon. Banjaras. The Banjaras community lived in villages of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. They used to move long distances in search of good pasture land and sold plough cattle and other items in exchange for grain and fodder. Raikas. They lived in the deserts of Rajasthan during the monsoons and stayed in their home villages because pasture was available. By October, they used to move in search of other pasture and water and returned again in the next monsoon. The Maru, a group of Raikas, herded camels, and another group reared sheep and goats. The life of these pastoral groups was affected by various factors. The length of the stay in a particular area depended on the availability of pasture and water. They needed to have good knowledge of geography and meteorology to plan their movement. They also had to establish relationship with farmers on the way for mutual benefit.